Imagine it's 2 a.m. Everyone is asleep, but your eyes are still open, and your mind just won't stop. One small moment keeps repeating again and again. Why did I say that? What must they be thinking about me? What if I made the wrong decision? And before you even realize it, your mind starts creating 100 different possibilities. In that moment, it doesn't feel like you're just thinking. It feels like you're slowly hurting yourself from the inside. That is what overthinking really is. It's not just thinking too much. It's getting trapped in a mental loop where the same thoughts keep coming back again and again without giving you peace or clarity. You tell yourself you're trying to understand things, trying to find the right answer, trying to stay prepared, but most of the time, you're not finding solutions at all. You're only getting pulled deeper into fear, because overthinking is rarely about solving something deep down. It's about control. Your mind convinces you that if you think enough, worry enough, analyze enough, maybe you can prevent pain. Maybe you can avoid rejection. Maybe you can stop life from going wrong. But the truth is, the more you overthink, the more pain you create inside yourself. Most people who overthink were not born this way. Somewhere in life, they learned it. Maybe they were judged too harshly. Maybe they were embarrassed for a mistake. Maybe they were made to feel like being imperfect meant being unwanted, and slowly, the mind builds a rule: don't mess up, or you'll lose love, acceptance, or safety. From there, everything starts getting analyzed. Even the smallest things begin to feel heavy. A delayed reply becomes a sign of rejection. A simple choice becomes a dangerous risk. A normal conversation becomes something to replay all night. And this is why overthinking becomes so exhausting. It doesn't just make you think more, it makes you doubt more, fear more, and trust yourself less. You stop making decisions with confidence because in your head, you've already imagined every worst-case scenario. You wait for certainty. You wait for the perfect moment. You wait until you feel completely sure. But that moment rarely comes, and while you keep waiting, life keeps moving. Slowly, your energy starts disappearing. You feel mentally drained, even on days when you've done almost nothing, not because your body is tired, but because your mind never truly rests. It keeps running, keeps scanning, keeps preparing for problems that may never even happen, and the hardest part is, most of those fears never become real, but your mind doesn't care. It keeps warning you. It keeps replaying. It keeps preparing you for danger, even when there is no danger at all. And after a while, you don't even notice how far you've drifted into your own head. You sit with people, but you're not fully there. Someone is talking to you, but your mind is somewhere else, stuck in the past, replaying what happened, or racing into the future, fearing what might happen. Little by little, you start disconnecting from the present, not because you want to, but because your thoughts won't let you stay here. And this is where it starts to hurt the most, because you begin to miss real life. You miss small moments. You miss laughter. You miss connection. You miss the peace hidden inside ordinary days. Not because life disappeared, but because your mind was too loud to let you notice it. And the sad truth is, people around you often cannot see this battle. They may think you are quiet, distant, distracted, or cold. But they don't realize that inside your mind there is constant noise. A storm of thoughts, fears, doubts, and imagined outcomes, and you are just trying to survive it. But here is something important you need to hear. You are not your thoughts. Just because a thought enters your mind does not mean it is true. Just because your mind says something terrible might happen does not mean it will. Thoughts are mental events, nothing more. They come, they go, and they change. But the more attention you give them, the more power they seem to have. That is why healing does not begin when every negative thought disappears. Healing begins when you stop believing every thought deserves your trust. Instead of fighting every thought, try noticing it. Observe it, let it be there without following it, like clouds passing through the sky. present for a moment, then gone. You do not have to chase every thought. You do not have to argue with every fear. You do not have to solve everything your mind throws at you, because not every thought deserves your attention, and not every fear deserves your belief. Yes, at first it will feel uncomfortable. Your mind will try to pull you back into the same old loop. It will tell you to keep checking, keep worrying, keep analyzing. But if you stay patient, something slowly begins to change. The thoughts may still come, but they start losing their grip. The noise becomes softer. The storm becomes weaker. And for the first time in a long time, you begin to feel a little space inside yourself. Maybe not complete silence, maybe not perfect peace, but enough to breathe again, and sometimes that is where real healing begins, because the goal is not to become someone who never thinks deeply. The goal is to become someone who is no longer controlled by every thought. Someone who can feel fear without obeying it. Someone who can experience uncertainty without falling apart. Someone who can return to the present, even when the mind tries to pull them away. Your mind is not your enemy. In many ways, it is trying to protect you. It learned from your pain. It learned that rejection hurts, mistakes have consequences, and disappointment leaves scars. So now it tries to protect you the only way it knows how, by thinking ahead, by staying alert, by never relaxing. The problem is, in trying to protect you, it also exhausts you. And once you understand that, something powerful happens. You stop asking, "Why am I like this?" and you start asking, "What happened to me that made my mind work this way?" That question changes everything, because that is where compassion begins. That is where healing begins. Overthinking is usually not the real problem. It is a symptom, a signal, a learned survival pattern. Maybe it comes from fear, maybe from past pain, maybe from never feeling safe enough to make mistakes, maybe from always needing approval. Or maybe it simply became a habit your mind practiced for so long that now it feels automatic. But anything learned can also be unlearned. Slowly, gently, step by step. You can teach your mind that it does not need to stay on high alert all the time. You can teach yourself that uncertainty is not the same as danger. You can learn to trust yourself again. You can learn to let go. You can learn to come back to this moment, because life is not happening inside your thoughts. Life is happening right now.
In this breath, in this moment, in the people around you, in the little things you keep missing while your mind is somewhere else.
And maybe, just maybe, life is not meant to be understood all the time. Sometimes, it is simply meant to be lived.